Hello, I'm back. I noticed that in the last video I had a problem with the audio. Apparently, you can't hear what I was saying. Let me check if you get my microphone because I was talking about what I was doing in the painting, but suddenly, or by looking at the repetition, I noticed that none of what I was saying was in the recording. So let me check. Give me 1 second, please. Oh, I'm back. I noticed. Okay. Apparently everything it's good. Another thing is that YouTube okay, restrained my last video, my last live, because I use copyrighted music, but in the title it was saying that, also the track says that it doesn't have copyright, but apparently it has. So for this session, I don't gonna use background music. I need to learn more about copyright and music and what kind of music I can use for my transmissions and which are what other are restricted because yes. Basically, I'm gonna repeat what I was saying on the last video because nothing of it end up in the como que in the transmission. Mm, well, again, I'm Cesar from Mexico, and I'm painting the book cover of a novel I'm currently writing. The novel is about uh, it's about a witch who lives in Mesopotamia in the region of Mitanni, and he's the priestess of the goddess Shaushka, who was like an local advocation of the goddess Ishtar. This is the main subject about the novel. The novel will be in this platform called. Let me check. Okay. This thing is Riam Stories. Yes, apparently in that ¿cómo se llama? In that platform, they give you more chance to, you know, ¿cómo se dice? Use adult subjects. Yeah, it's good. It's a good option. I wanna try it, and yeah, this is basically the book cover for that work. This is the face. This is the cover, but it's not complete, of course. This is the logotype, but this is the logotype of another novel, but it's from the same series. So the logotype it's going to resemble a little bit that style, and yeah, but let's jump to pues yeah to the action. Again, I'm from Mexico, so my native language is Spanish. I'm gonna speak in some parts in Spanish. In another parts of the transmission, I'm gonna speak in English because, okay, I'm from Mexico, but for some reason, I'm getting more hits for or visits hits from from global audiences. Audiences. So if I fail in some word or misspell something or have like grammar mistakes, please forgive because as I say, Spanish, no, English. English is not my first language, but I will try to do my best. Okay, on the last session, I was explaining that this image has gone through. Estoy trabajando en el correcto. Sí. Gone through many etapas. Ajá. And, and ay, espérame. Many stages. And sorry, the first thing that I did is that I draw the character naked to design the clothes above. That was close to show that layer, but no, not there, nothing was shown. Okay, yeah, this character went through many stages. I'm I'm documenting that in my Instagram page. If you want to follow me, it's Cesar Fernando, pero with a zero at the end instead of an O. Uh, this is a shot I just uploaded like an hour ago. This is the state of yesterday. No, this is the state of uh, like 2 years, no, two days ago. Yeah, this image went through some uh, stages. Right now, I'm more convinced about this light source coming from above. So I'm gonna keep developing this this illumination. Okay, yes. Basically, the illumination is based in four tones. You have the yellow tone coming from above, the pink tone on the center, and the purple gray tone for the non-illuminated areas. The challenge here, I'm not sure if I gonna achieve it, but is to have smooth transitions between the values of light here. That's basically the challenge here. Yeah, let's jump into the situation. Yeah, of course, a little disclaimer, I'm not a art teacher or anything. I'm just a normal person, a layman, no? Is making his own art. Art. It's a normal person. Let me check. I have a situation here with the tablet. Sorry. I have a bake. Ahí está, a ver. Ándale, mija. Ay, no. Sorry, guys. Sorry. ¿Ya? Thank you. A ver, quítese. Okay. The last thing I was doing is the mouth. Yes, as I recall, it was the mouth. Okay. The brush I using for this work is this one is RGB thick paint. I like this brush because it has a resemblance of texture that makes like a warmth appearance. Yeah, it's something that I like. In conjunction or in mixture with this other brush that I'm using just to blend. If I use this brush directly without a color, without color in the layer, I don't get anything. But this brush works with these areas. When you paint an area, you can control here the opacity, so let's call it the strength of the tool. You can control it. I'm also using this symmetry tool, which well, for me it saves a lot of time, uh, especially in this kind of shots, because it's a it's a front shoot of the face, so it's symmetrical. In this kind of challenges, it's a good idea to use the symmetry tool. It's not the same case, for example, if you are painting draws from the ¿cómo se dice? The profile. Yes, of course, a symmetry tool doesn't make the work, but yes. Okay. Oh, and the last live, I was talking, but none of them was heard because my microphone volume was close to zero. But I was talking about the Mitanni culture, this novel that I'm making the the cover, the book cover, is set in the region of Mitanni. Mitanni, no, Mitanni is not a region; it's a culture. They used to live in Anatolia, in Turkey, and it's a culture that holds some mystery for researchers, for archaeologists, Assyriologists, and so people who of that realm of area of knowledge, because it was found there that the kings of Mitanni used to swear by certain divinities or certain gods that are now or in other stages worshipped in India. For example, we can find a tablet of the king of Mitanni swearing for Mitra, and another guy who is very popular in India, Varuna, Varuna, and Indra. And many archaeologists found that intriguing because they at the first glance they used to think that it was like a colony of the Dravidian culture, or the Indians or something like that. Indus, no, Indian, Indus. Yeah, but that culture drove to another very interesting discoveries about that region. Uh, Apparently, this culture of Mitanni was inheritor or neighboring or close or related to the culture, the Persian culture. And apparently, Persians drove their divinities to India and to regions, for example, that in Anatolia, that are related to the Mitannian culture. And yeah, but another interesting aspect, or I'm speaking about this because I want to explain why I picked that exact like environment to set my story. It, uh, it wasn't everybody, the ones who used to have the Persian, the Hindu religion there, uh, it was just the noble class. Apparently, just the nobles class used to follow the deities present in Iran, in Anatolia, and that held a deeper mystery for archaeologists, so, or Syriologists, people like that, because they up to this day they don't know how or when exactly was the Iranian culture um, ¿cómo se puede decir? Spread in that region, because uh, uh, it was something uh, it was something that just the upper classes used to believe or follow, and that's the same story with the Dravidian. Uh-huh. With the Dravidian culture, apparently it wasn't at the beginning. It was followed just by a special, ¿cómo se dice? A very como few social estament. Not for everyone. Sorry. Sorry, I want to make a back ¿cómo se dice respaldo? Back ¿qué? No sé. Ajá. Backup. I want to make a backup about these two layers. Uh, yeah, this set of beliefs was only believed by the upper classes of the Mitanni culture. It was the same case in India that in many scholars found this intriguing. So they don't know much. I don't even have a precise idea, for example, about the clothing of the character. I visited a lot of pages in Pinterest and universities, certain books. I consulted books, and I wasn't able to find how these people used to wear. Okay, in a way that gives me more creative freedom, but less historical accuracy. For me, well, it's something that I'm not really happy about, because in this novel I'm trying to be as historically accurate. Oh, shit. Sorry, as historically accurate as possible, but no, it wasn't. It was impossible to find the precise reference about the clothing style of this culture. There are descriptions, but apparently I need to check maybe influence if some influences remained in the, for example, in the current Kurdish culture, maybe by comparing or making some cross fading between Assyrian and now this Kurdish clothes. I can figure out how the Mitanni people used to wear, but because I haven't found the precise the precise information, it will be a challenge for me. Okay. Let me show you something. I think that I need to be careful because I'm checking at new reference in classic paintings, and I need to be careful to avoid showing for YouTube. I know we are all adults, but for example, this is one of the references I'm checking. I like. I don't know if this is Rembrandt, but I really like how this guy used to paint faces. This is no, it's not Rembrandt. Or, I don't know. This is the main reference I'm using. I really, really like the brushing. Of course, this is oil painting, but I'm trying to replicate that kind of brushy uh, finishing. Of course, is well. The first thing to I feel that I need to care about is to blend the purple tone with the brown tone and make it coherent. At the end, at the end, the the the, the hair hair it's going to be all in black. No, it's but I need to make the transition as smooth as possible. Example. The difference between these two brushes is that one has texture. This is more like the ones you can find in Photoshop. For example, I'm I'm making all paintings in Krita because it's a lighter program. Photoshop for me is it helps a lot of unnecessary things when you are drawing. So Krita by me by being more focused on painting allows you to have more resolution. Uh, yeah, for example, Photoshop, as far as I know, doesn't have this symmetry tool. If you notice, of course, you have not. You notice is that I draw in one part and duplicates the brushing, and as far as I know, you don't have that feature on Photoshop. So that's why I am migrating to Krita, fully Krita. I test another program, Studio Photo Paint or something like that. I find Krita more pleasant, more agile, honestly. But each person has his own preferences. Oh, shit. For example, this blending to the blending brush in Photoshop is very difficult to to use because Photoshop also Photoshop often lags. So lags have a lagging overuse of RAM memory. You run so not run like 20 years ago that you run out of RAM memory. Nah, but o sea, if you trace something, you no, ¿cómo se dice? Brushear. O sea, if you brush, and then you can use the tool for blend. Photoshop takes a lot of time to process it, and honestly, Krita is more, it's more agile. I don't feel the temptation to get back to use Krita. I really like this tone, this brown tone. I want to, ¿cómo se dice? Rescatar, bring it back. It's light coming from back. Cause how is it called in English? Back illumination? I don't know. Okay, you blend it. Uh-huh. I feel compelled to no, not yet. I'm gonna make a transition between the skin of the front of the face and the air because it's a bit abrupt. I use a lot this multiply or overlay. I'm gonna use multiply. Uh-huh. The thing with multiply is that this thing you get this. You can paint over another layer and it doesn't ¿cómo se dice? Overtake. O sea, no, you don't lose the 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 information above, but it zooms obscure an obscure shade. It's called in English. It's very useful. What do you think about symmetry? I was looking. So I left or I stopped painting for a long time, for years, and now that I have more free time, I'm getting back to the trade of drawing, and I'm noticing that AI has a lot, but a lot, an insane amount of rejection among the artistic community. But what do you think about, for example, using of symmetry tool? This one that I'm using. So, for example, you have this. So you think that is uh, cheating? For me, it's not because you are not using external source. So at the end, you are the one hand that traces the movement. It's not that like the usage of AI. I don't know. I'm getting back to all of it, to work, to draw and everything. For example, I'm also a programmer and a graphic designer. So no, I'm currently studying programming. I'm a student. I'm a student of programming, and I have been. I no 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 say I have been. I I was in making graphic design for about 20 years or so, and in programming, AI is in general has a good reception as a in graphic design there are mixed opinions. Some people like, some people don't. But apparently, in when it comes to artists, AI is getting a massive backlash. It's understandable to some extent because many art platforms like DeviantArt and others uh, didn't ask the artist, say, maybe, or I don't know, but maybe they they say that they are going to use AI, but maybe they did it by putting that kind of small uh, text, no sé, como letters, la letra pequeña decimos in Spanish, that nobody is going to read. You know, for me, it's understandable that the AI faced a lot of backlash in the art world. But yeah, as I say, in programming, it's kind of the opposite. It receives a very good reception, apparently. Okay. Hmm. Maybe it's going to be a good idea to add some of this purple brilliant tone here on the front. How's this part called in English? Bueno, in Spanish we say the front, o sea, de la frente. Pero ¿cómo le dicen en Spanish? The no, foreskin? No, foreskin es otra cosa. I don't know. But yeah, this front of the head can receive a bit of lighting. I miss the music, but YouTube told me that they uh, they let me como like o sea que they are not going to punish my channel because it's the first time, but if I use copyrighted music again, I can face problems. That's why I haven't put music for this session. Maybe there is free, or I can use my own music, but I need to look into the files. I use Contact 8 to make my music. If you look at my channel, there are, I think, 2 videos, and I made the music for those videos. I use Contact, and I have pues like a keyboard. No, keyboard is, o sea, not keyboard for writing. The keyboard for make music. Es como un piano, electric piano. Is that sorry? As I said, English is not my first language, but it's the the thing that resembles a piano, but it's for a computer, and can also play music there and everything. I have one. Maybe I can use my own my own my own music for the next speed. No, this is this is an speed painting. Nah, because I'm not painting fast. I don't know. But yeah, for the next session we can use a bit of music to make this more, more pleasant. I'm still having a situation with the cheeks. Doesn't convince me. I don't know. I want to learn how the Chinese artists paint skin. they are very good at that subject. They paint like porcelain skin. I don't know how they achieved that. I think that everything is in the value, no? Value they pick for certain areas, and maybe they don't. Maybe it's my theory. They don't have an over use of middle tones, so they only pick two tones, one for the light parts, or the lighter parts, and another that they use very subtle in in the majority of the area for the skin. Maybe I think that this is the key that they use, but I need to check that in detail because I really like how Chinese artists paint skin. It's interesting the phenomenon of art in China. Is, apparently, they picked like the best aspects or traits of Japanese style, and they make like an upgrade to that style. So good, which is that is the same thing that Japanese did with them, as in the late and in the antiquity, or they grab all the art from, so they copied the style from China. Yeah, but basically China maybe did the same thing, but on the opposite direction. Yeah, this is something very common in the art history. This is why I don't really believe in concepts like, for example, come on, cultural appropriation. For me, sorry, but this is a concept that I don't understand. It's something childish or stupid. Sorry, it's stupid. This is cultural appropriation. No, cultures are not the ownership or the property of anybody. Cultures are just that, are cultures, and for example, uh, you have Rembrandt Van Rijn. Okay, in that case, what someone from Mexico, if as is my case, doesn't have the right now to look at Rembrandt paintings and copy some details from it, because I'm not Dutch, for example. It's only property of the Dutch. Enjoy or copy or learn from Rembrandt now. Is something that don't make sense to me, honestly. I have a lot of struggle with the lips in general. Something that is difficult for me. Okay, no, multiply. Well, okay, in this area, for example, no, maybe I need another brush here. I see. I see. But uh, okay, I know this is another subject for me that is my headache. Mouth is another. What is not a headache for me? I promise that I don't gonna leave painting again. Cause painting, it doesn't matter the result. It could be good or bad or whatever. But think that art in general, it's something that is a need for all human beings for express or to accomplish or it's something that is something as important as the language or the art is necessary as many people left drawings or art because they start to turn that into a toxic competition and no, art is not intended to be a foolish competition or comparison with another people. Uh, your art, uh, art is part of human experience. It's a basic aspect for the soul. And yeah, as community, as artists, we need to struggle to we need to push for this shift in perception. We need to wipe out all these ideas about seeing the art as a as a as a mean for comparison or as a competition or no art is important by itself. When you make art independently from if it is good or bad, is a great factor for mental health. I mean, yes. So if you like painting or writing or singing or make any kind of art, go for it and never leave it. Never leave it. It's it's part of the human experience. It's not a competition. Or another trap, modern trap, is to be all the time pending if you have como like followers in social media, which is something completely irrelevant. It's something relevant. You don't need, o sea, if we look, if we look back to the art story, many geniuses or people, o sea, for me the genius is not the one who make the better art or anything. It's the one that, how can I explain? Is the one which soul is taken by the kind of dizziness promoted by the art. So, when his own art is capable to take this person to another realm and sees reality in a different way, this for me is the state of the genius. Otherwise, you have people that is very skilled in copying, for example, from photos or anything, and this is a skill. But sometimes it's more important to get this flow state when you forget about your your to your reality, or you suffer a kind of induced dispersonalization, you know the term in English. You enter in a kind of flow style, and this is very valuable. And for achieving that state, you don't need to have followers in Instagram or the applause of people. No, no, it's just something that always existed in different cultures, above many names. So for some people was the feeling that, for example, the backends had when they received their message, or es que no sé cómo se dice pitonizas in English. O sea, in Greece, you have women that used to receive like revelations in Delphos. They say that they can predict the future and everything. They were overtaken by their visions. They achieved that state through religion, but another people can achieve it through letting themselves being and exist without judgment, making art. This is more available, more important than a bunch of followers on Instagram, or comparison, as you go, okay, oh, your friend is so good, you feel stagnated. And man, it's stagnated in terms of what, man? When you are, when you, when the time to depart from this world arrive, you don't gonna think about your friend that paints better, or this and that, or that contest, or that the Instagram follower. Now you're going to to you're going to recall the good times you get from painting, from art, or loving people that were around you. You're not going to recall the time then when you were in the office making PowerPoints, or no, or you're not going to recall your Instagram account. None of this. I need to repeat this. Eyes, because I forgot the symmetry tool. Yeah, as I said, my point is that never commit the mistake of leaving art, left art, because you are not noticed in Instagram, or you have again, I don't know, a co-worker, or another your friend who paints better your opinion than you have, grabs more attention. No, art is not intended to serve this kind of foolishness. It's like, no, art is an interface that humans often use to envision another layers existence, and this is more transcendent than your stupid Instagram account. If you get what I'm saying. Espérense, ¿qué pasó aquí? A ver, eso está bien. Yeah, this is important, and o sea, the reason why I left art for some years now, it wasn't related with comparison with other persons. It was motivated for another more stupid reason. The AI was I said, oh, why what do I need to paint my own characters for if AI can make the same thing in blah blah blah. When I noticed, I start to lose a lot of joy for life. Art is not, it's not for anybody else. It's for you. It's for your own development as person. It's to expand yourself. It's to have a dialogue with your own self. It's not for. It's not for the internet. Okay, I'm making this live, but nobody's saying it. Looking at it, I don't care. But for example, painting my character is Nari. Okay, for me it will be easier to go and ask Chat GPT, make this character with this and that and blah blah blah. But that completely lacks soul. You know, it, all drawings or all media that we produce has something, say something about the people, the person that is making it. Then I don't know if it's the same case for you, but I often catch myself that when I draw, the character that I'm drawing suddenly has the same feeling, or so the same feeling that I'm having at that moment. It is interesting, an interesting phenomenon. Um, yeah, this is what any AI can reply, and people used to think this is more seen not in the image realm, but in the writing. Writing. Right, when you're writing novels, you have I'm in Reddit dedicated to to scripture, as writing novels, and we used to make that exercise when you share what you are writing with another person, and it was very common that we have like sharing. We find that the texts are very similar one to another. They use the same kind of words and everything. And we said, "Hey man, have you used Chat GPT for your writing?" And the other guy, it was a guy from Spain. He say, Yes. Why? Ah, because I was using ChatGPT uh, for assistant. I think for write for clarity, and it basically is giving you the same kind of things that I is given to me. In man, from that day on, I and the guy from Spain, we stopped using AI. So the only aid that we are using for writing is ¿cómo se llama? Grammarly. But Grammarly doesn't doesn't rewrite the Grammarly, for example, checks the grammar and makes some suggestion, and for example tackles the orthography mistakes. But that's it. But if you are writing a novel, never let any AI that task, because everybody will notice that you are using that. So it's very easy to tell if someone is been using AI slop to write novels. It's horrible, and it tends to be very intrusive when it comes to style. For example, impose that tools impose their ideology in your writing. For example, one of the the paragraphs that I was writing is used the word race, o sea, como raza, like ethnicity, but using the old slang, race. And ChatGPT, I give the text to ChatGPT, así como, okay, give me some advice. And he always tried to override the term race. It's like, the text, it wasn't something racist or anything. It's just a word. It's a race. No. ChatGPT tried to re rewrite that word over and over. And it's very obvious when someone is using this kind of tools on their writings. So from that day on, never use ChatGPT or ¿cómo se llama el otro? ¿Cómo se llama el otro? Gemini. In Spanish we say it as Gemini. No, as Gemini. Never use that, because they, sorry for the word, but they tend to castrate you as writer, as an art, or as an artist. They always try to impose their corporative agenda on your writing. No, corporative agendas are not compatible with art, with sincere art. Never. They are antagonists as by nature. So no, never use AI in your writings. That's why I understand, for example, that painters, o sea, visual artists, tend to see the AI as something así como tabú, ¿no? Así como que no, never use it, because it can to do the same thing, kills your voice. AI always kills your voice. Real voice. Real voice. For example, in this case, uh, symmetry tool, I don't feel that is a good pick because look at this. I don't know, doesn't make sense to me. Ah, no, yes, it makes a lot of sense. But, porque in many occasions, I seen light like this. But the light source comes from above, so the bright part will be here, and it's symmetric. When symmetric, I don't know how to spell it in English, but see. Yeah, man. Getting back to my point, avoid using AI if you are a writer. Honestly, like a year or so. As I say, I am no, it's excessive. I am programmer. When I was studying programming, and I was in or I I'm a graphic designer, and I was and I keep doing it for 2 decades or so. And yeah, I was okay with AI because it speed ups your production and everything. But the expectations in graphic design and programming are very different than the ones that are in art. Art, art without a human voice is nothing. Because in graphic design, the main goal is to sell, to maybe to work more in volumes, o sea, como to have presence in social media, etc., etc. Then, for example, use AI is more acceptable. Clients expect it, everything, but art, in a way, is more closer to, for example, what you have in religion, religious, religious, religious. O sea, art serves another purposes. For example, AI art is an atrocity. O sea, como it doesn't that doesn't exist. O sea, you can do AI art. O sea, como que art is by definition something that is exclusively for humans, for the human experience to grow. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying. As I said, English is not my first language, but I think it's clear enough. Never use ChatGPT because it's very fast, easy to notice when someone a writer is using ChatGPT. And it's very funny because ChatGPT sounds like it tends to describe the tales or the thing that, and it tends to to describe everything as a video game. It's very funny. It's very funny to read something wrote with ChatGPT. And it's not funny. It's fun. Quer dizer, este, art needs to have human human feeling. A ver, creo que se me perdió la tinta. Vamos a ver. Wait, es que tantas pinches capas. I'm gonna rename it to ink. Chun 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 chun. Lluviositas, no, ahorita no. ¿Qué? Pues eso, así está la cosa, mijos. Okay, bueno. I'm gonna start to speak in Spanish. O sea, maybe someone is looking at this in my native language. Oh. No, pues sí, o sea, les estaba platicando acá a la chaviza en inglés de que tenemos ahí en red. Ah, es que yo estoy haciendo una novela, precisamente, de hecho, esta es la portada de esa novela. Y bueno, hace un año estaba escribiendo otra novela y pues teníamos un grupo en Reddit, ¿no? De escritores. Y pues ahí nos pusimos a compartir y me mandó una... Ay, se ve chido. Una novela, un español. Y yo le dije, oye, ¿estás usando ChatGPT? Y él me dice, sí, ¿por qué? Ah, pues es que se parece a lo que a mí me está ofreciendo. Y no mames, o sea, nos cagamos ahí los dos de que, güey, no, o sea, no. Y no mames, no, desde ese día ya, o sea, cero ChatGPT, güey, porque se nota a leguas, ¿no? Que estás usando así como esa madre, ¿no? Del ChatGPT. O sea, a todos los escritores les da la misma mierda, ¿no? Y no, o sea, se nota, no lo hagan, no usen ChatGPT. Yo, pues obviamente uno se engolosina, ¿no? Al inicio. Ay, pues es lo mismo. Les estaba diciendo también a los de inglés que yo dejé de dibujar, pues que serán unos 4 años. Pues porque estaba, pues, no sé, pues la IA, ¿no? Dices, pues, muchas cosas que, por ejemplo, este dibujo, ¿no? O sea, a mí no me costaría nada ir con ChatGPT. ChatGPT, hazme una princesa de Mitani. Y ¡plup! Pero el problema con eso, y por lo que dije, no mames, no, o sea, yo tengo que dibujarla a mano a la verga. Digo, perdón, es que a todo el mundo le da la misma porquería. Entonces se nota fácilmente cuando alguien está ahí dibujando o digo, perdón, que escribiendo que le dijo al chat GPT que ayuda, no, güey, se nota esa mierda a kilómetros. Entonces desde ahí, así como que yo pues el español, dijimos, no, güey, digo, o sea, así pues, como de que no, o sea, jamás chat GPT, nada, no la usen, no la usen. Si quieren usar como algo de ayuda, el Grammarly es el bueno, porque ese lo que te hace es que te sugiere cambios, pero de gramática, ¿no? Pero no te pone ahí que tienes que poner, sino que simplemente te corrige, así como que, esto está mal le faltó un acento, alguna pendejada así. Pero ya no te cambia la estructura, ni te está, como sugiriendo cambios drásticos, porque yo les decía que, por ejemplo, en mi escrito, en la versión que yo hice, decía la palabra raza. No es racismo, o sea, sino que pues es una expresión, pero la palabra raza existe, así como que... de hecho, a ver... Hasta guardé... Ahorita que se abre el Obsidian. Se los voy a leer. Pero la cosa es que el chat GPT a fuerza me quería quitar la palabra raza. O sea, me lo reescribía y me lo reescribía. Y dije, no, cabrón, quiere él escribir la obra. O sea, pues no, o sea, y siempre el chat GPT y todas las ayudas de ella van a tender a aplanar tu voz porque ellas, pues, están hechas como con una orientación corporativista, ¿no? Todo muy correcto, todo sin alma, que no ofenda a nadie. Y, y, y bueno, pues ahí se va el alma de tu obra, de tu escritura, de tu huella. Por ejemplo, yo estoy haciendo esta cosa, ¿no? Si le doy zoom out, ok. Pues seguramente la IA te pudiera hacer una cosa más chida, ¿no? O no, no sé, bueno. Pero, o sea, no tiene tu huella. O sea, no es, no, o sea, cuando tú, por ejemplo, haces algo y te lo hizo el chat GPT, esa mierda tiende a verse como muy plástica, muy plana, no sé, es una cosa así como que incluso ofende a la vista por lo limpia, pero limpia como esa sensación que te dan los centros comerciales, ¿no? Como sin alma, sin nada, nada. Entonces, yo les estaba también platicando aquí bueno, si hay alguien en inglés, de que yo soy programador, bueno, estoy estudiando programación. Y allá pues la IA pues, ha sido bien recibida y así. Pero yo siento que el arte, por definición, tiene que ser humano. Tiene que tener la imperfección humana, el sabor humano, los errores humanos, pues la sensibilidad imperfecta del humano, ¿no? O sea, que nunca te la va a dar una máquina, ¿no? Entonces, no deleguen su arte, porque el arte es inherentemente humano. Así es. Sí, me late. Ok. Miren, por ejemplo. Mira, aquí está el párrafo. Este es el párrafo que el chat GPT a huevo me quería. Mira, dice: a través de las centurias, la Anatolia profunda fue el hogar de rivalidades dinásticas. Y su suelo frío e inhóspito fue, a un tiempo, cuna y cementerio de imperios. Bajo su cielo chocaron, una y otra vez, las generaciones de su natural pueblo contemplativo, de entender profundo y paciencia infinita, que encontraba su fortaleza en desgastar a sus rivales en larguísimas contiendas que quebraban el espíritu de los invasores venidos de allende las montañas. Y tuvo esa eterna lucha, partera del pueblo de Harrán y su culto lunar, una y mil caras en forma de hititas, o de los antiguos hombres de Mitani, que es la que estoy pintando, señores de las montañas, y a los caballos, quienes cayeron hace siglos frente a los... no, y a los... ¿Qué? Ahí me equivoqué, bueno, me equivoqué de... Y los caballos, supongo que quería decir caballeros, pero está bien, no importa, o sea, de eso a pasársela a una y que te la destroce, pues mejor después le echas un ojo, ¿no? Quienes cayeron ya hace siglos frente a los asirios, la rama viril e indómita de la raza semítica. Y esa parte donde decía raza semítica, el chat GPT a huevo, a huevo, a huevo me la quería, como a corregir, ¿no? De que, ay, no se dice raza porque... Sí, ay, no, pues no le deleguen a ChatGPT la escritura, o sea, no, el arte es demasiado importante para delegársela a las máquinas. Eso aprendí ahora en mi regreso a pintar. Pues así está el asunto. Así es. Ay, güey. Ya se me acabó la pila socializadora. Ay, güey, ya me cansé de hablar. De dibujar no, pero de hablar sí. Eh, Así es. A ver, le voy a pintar las cejitas. Ay, creo que ocupo más café porque se me bajó la pila del cuerpo. ustedes no les pasa que se les muere la pila socializadora? A mí sí. A lo mejor soy... Bueno, no, no te creas. Ay, güey. ¿Qué les gustan más, las mujeres cejudas o con ceja gruesa? A mí con cejudas, no sé, que se ven más chidas, más finas, no sé cómo. Como decía un dicho, entre más gruesa la ceja, más fina la vieja. Y sí, estoy de acuerdo. A ver si la iluminación viene de arriba y cómo le cae al ojo. Ay, güey. Ay, güey. A ver, aquí tenemos más gorda esta parte, entonces creo que le caería de rebote aquí. Más o menos en este tono, porque no está tan duro. Ahí me dejan en los comentarios si hablan español o inglés, porque no sé todavía. Pues les digo, yo soy mexicano, pues entonces yo hablo español, pero pues como que le hacen más caso al canal los gringos, no sé por qué. Y el YouTube no me ha habilitado la cosa esa para tener 2 pistas de audio. Entonces pues obviamente yo soy más desenvuelto pues, en español, ¿no? Obviamente. Pero pues también pues, más los gringos, no sé, o sea, pues ¿qué hago, güey? Ajá. Como que, ajá. Aquí más bien tendría como un conector, pero muy ligero. Así que en español a mucha gente le gusta dibujar. También hay un montón de canales de dibujantes en español. Como que a los latinos nos gusta dibujar a todo el mundo, pues. Pero los latinos somos más como pasionales, ¿no? En ese aspecto. O no, no sé. No, ¿verdad? Es puro mito. Todos los humanos somos la misma chingadera. Nomás doblados a diferentes idiomas. Ah, eso sí, Por ejemplo, convivo con mucha banda que viene ya de Pakistán y Marruecos y todo eso. Es la misma cosa que aquí, la gente sobreestima mucho eso que si la gente viene de tal cual país, somos todos iguales, queremos las mismas cosas, nos preocupa lo mismo. Los humanos somos la misma cosa aquí y en China. Bueno, menos los chinos, porque ellos dibujan bien chido. En la piel así de porcelana. Pero es un halago, obviamente. No, los chinos son una cultura muy interesante, los chinos, pero casi no se publicita aquí eso en el occidente. Pero cuando te metes al internet chino, ay cabrón, muy buenos artistas hay en China, pero buenísimos. Como que te digo, tomaron lo mejor del mundo japonés, del anime y todo eso. Pero yo siento que lo perfeccionaron, no sé si lo han llevado a un nivel todavía más fuerte que el japonés. O sea, pues vean esto, cabrón, o sea, mira, qué respeto, pues aquí se los pongo. Mira, Chinese art, estilo anime. sea, yo no veo casi estas cosas animes y pues no me gusta ese cosa. O sea, vamos, sí se me hace chido, pues, pero no es con lo que me enseñé a dibujar, pues. Yo me enseñé con otras cosas, pues viendo cosas más clasiconas. Pero pues ve, o sea, bueno, el trazo es como sea, ¿no? Pero como ese estilillo donde hacen como todo etéreo, como que ingrávido, como sutil. O sea, los occidentales tenemos como un arte que es más pesado, más contrastado, colores más saturados, formas más contundentes. Y ve los chinillos como que menos es más, o sea, tienen ahí algo especial. Y para mí es como el estilo chino es como un perfeccionamiento de la base del estilo japonés. Que de todos modos, pues Japón en su momento, o sea, en los siglos pasados, tomó mucho de la influencia, pues no, construyó toda su cultura, pues replicando la China, ¿no? Entonces, pues ahí como que la ola fue en sentido inverso, o sea, en vez de ir de Japón hacia China, ahora viene de China a Japón, ahora fue de Japón a China. Y bueno, es lo que estaba diciendo hace rato en inglés, que pues ahí viene el tema ese de que la apropiación cultural, o sea, a mí se me hace una pendejada eso de la apropiación cultural, pues las culturas no le pertenecen a nadie, o sea, pues, por ejemplo, yo ahorita estoy viendo creo que es de Rembrandt, a ese me estoy más o menos basando para el tipo de brochazo. O sea, claro, no, yo no soy Rembrandt, o sea, no me va a salir así, pero me refiero a que lo estoy mirando, ¿no? Este... Ay, ¿qué? Pues yo soy mexicano, o sea, quiere decir que Rembrandt es propiedad de los holandeses? Pues, o sea, no digan... O sea, yo no entiendo eso de la apropiación cultural, o sea, es una estupidez. Perdón que se los diga así, pero es una estupidez, güey, o sea, ¿cómo que la cultura no es propiedad de nadie? Creo que el término de esta cosa de apropiación cultural va más en, por ejemplo, cuando... Pues, por ejemplo, lo que hizo la marca Adidas con la selección, que mandaron a fabricar unas playeras y que pusieron ahí unas mujeres indígenas a hacerlas y todo, y que pues les pagaron ahí peniques, ¿no? Les pagaron cualquier cosa. Creo que eso sí entra más como en el sentido del término de la negativo de la apropiación cultural. De ahí dices, pues oye, claro que eso es apropiación cultural, nomás las usaron como publicidad y pues ni las redituaron bien a lo que se merecían. Este, en ese sentido yo sí estoy de acuerdo con el término de apropiación cultural. Pero donde no es que, por ejemplo, que la gente se enoja si, por ejemplo, que alguien usa un sombrero mexicano, ¿no? Entonces, pues, cabrón, ese sombrero no lo inventamos o sea, sí lo inventamos en México, pero fue resultado de los sombreros españoles, que a su vez yo me imagino que esos güeyes se habrán robado, digo, se habrán robado entre muchas comillas, ¿no? La idea, o sea, robado, ¿no? La idea del sombrero de pues alguna otra pieza que vieron en Francia, no sé, o en la época romana, ¿no? Que alguien, no conozco la historia del sombrero de ala ancha español, pero, o sea, y esa cosa viene de otro invento previo y de otro previo invento y otro previo invento. Y así nos podemos retrotraer hasta la era de los cavernícolas. Y pues que mismo que digas que todos nos estamos apropiando de la cultura cavernícola, pues no digas pendejadas. Esa es la parte estúpida del término de apropiación cultural. Ahora, sí lo entiendo en el sentido, por ejemplo, de estos de Adidas que pues nomás usaron a las señoras indígenas de publicidad y les pagaron ahí 5 pesos, ¿no? Y ellos lucrándose, bueno, ahí sí tiene sentido, ¿no? Pues no sé, o sea, tendría que investigar más a fondo el tema. A lo mejor es una opinión que me estoy ahí echando medio a lo varil, pues, pero no sé, son las primeras impresiones. Ay, esta cosa aquí ya se desconectó, creo. El, el tablet, ya. No lo sé, o sea, no puedo afirmar mi postura respecto a la apropiación cultural. Tendré que viéndola más a fondo, pero de entrada como que se me hace sospechoso en ese término. No lo sé. Creo que aquí lo que toca es... No, es este tono. Que fíjense, más que bonita, me interesa que el personaje se llama Arisnari, se vea liminal, mágico. Sí, más eso que belleza como tal. Claro que es bella, pues. Todos los humanos lo somos. Pero, ¿sabes? No, yo lo que quiero es así como que se vea más misteriosona que como modelo o algo así, no sé. Ah, espérense. Espérense. Ok. Estoy viendo como que mañana voy a ver qué onda con el Reaper para arreglar que no se haga el ventilador. Mañana también voy a grabarme haciendo esto. Porque pues está chido, de todos modos tengo que hacerlo, o sea, me refiero a que no me quitan ni me ponen estar aquí, pues en vivo ahí transmitiendo ahí. Ya si alguien lo ve, pues chido, bienvenido, ¿verdad? Si no, pues más se perdió en la guerra, ¿verdad? Hay algo que se puede hacer en este programa que te crea una capa nueva a partir de lo visible, pero lo pega junto todo. No sé si es momento de hacerlo o no. Creo que no, todavía aguanto más con capas individuales. Ay, ya me estoy cansando, cabrón. Sí, ya me cansé, pero... Es que me cansé porque está haciendo calor aquí, pero no puedo prender más el ventilador porque se va a colar o sea, si de por sí ya se oye, pero si prendo, veas el ventilador, se va a escuchar y va a ser como un poco molesto ahí de escucharlo en la transmisión. No sé. No voy a poner ventilador. Mejor, no sé cómo le hacen los streamers, los del Twitch y eso. O sea, sospecho que lo hacen con el Reaper, pero... ¿Pero qué? Tengo que ver. De hecho, sí tengo los filtros, pues el audio de los videos y eso. Este... Tiene puertas antirruido y todo ese desmadre. Creo que lo ves, tenía puertas antirruido, déjenlo checo. Creo que sí, creo que... Esto de plugins... Ay, no sé, luego le veo. No, luego le veo, porque no quiero hacer eso mientras estoy aquí. Ay, me cansé. Ay, cabrón, ya me cansé. Dejen, agarro un ratito aire porque ya me cansé. Es que está haciendo mucho calor aquí dentro y normalmente tengo prendido los ventiladores. Pero como se escucha todo, dejen, agarro poquito aire y arreglo lo del audio para poder prender ventilador porque me estoy asando aquí. O sea, al rato regreso.